What's up, UA fam? Ashley here. And if you love this podcast and you actually find yourself re-listening to episodes and wanting more of Taryne and I, guess what? You should subscribe to our Supercast where we give you bonus content every single week. But not just basic episodes, we do interactive episodes like personalized AMAs where you can specifically ask Taryne how her dating life is going, and you can specifically ask me how it's been living with my boyfriend this past few months. We do solo episodes and even scary episodes because we know how much you guys love those scary stories. And our Supercast community has been growing exponentially, so don't miss out. Subscribe to Supercast now and join the fun.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Hey. Back at you live, post-Coachella. This is our, yearly festival recap episode?
We've had a few of these.
We've had a few of these where we've had a blast, but had to be dragged into the podcast studio to record an episode.
I feel like my voice sounds better. Remember that one year
there was
totally
one
gone.
year where we legitimately drove in late at night and then drove into the pod the next morning.
Yeah.
And that was rough.
That was really
rough. That was rough. Honestly, this is nothing in comparison to that. Today's episode is brought to you by Ritual. So we all know that there's no off switch for daily stress, but guess what? You can take control of supporting your body's response to that daily stress. With Ritual's stress relief featuring BioSeries technology, you can support your body's natural cortisol response for all day support. It's designed to reduce daily stress over time with consistent use, and the stress relief is made traceable with ingredients that you can trust, guys, like L-theanine, saffron, and ashwagandha. And listen, I get it. The juggle is real, so don't just respond to stress. Get ahead of it with stress relief from Ritual. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/advice. That's ADVICE. Start Ritual or add stress relief to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/advice for 25% off.
Yeah, I feel like there's been years where I'm dead. I will say we've had 2 days in between leaving Coachella to recording this.
Right. Which is way better.
If we would have come in, I definitely had my after Coachella sickness where my allergies were just terrible. But I feel like I slept it off last night.
I haven't had that, but your girl is moving slow. And yeah. I think because I did Coachella, I really leaned into I'm now 35 and I can't do the after parties and I can't, drink as much. There's so many things that I did differently this year that I'm happy about because I didn't feel gross, which I love, but I still am exhausted. So the last 2 mornings I was I'm going to get back on it. I scheduled my F45 workouts at 7:30 both mornings, including this morning, fully had to wake up, cancel, turn off my alarm, snooze for a couple more hours. I'm just I'm not sleeping good. I keep having really vivid dreams, and one of them was of Coachella.
Oh no.
And then I was also just waking up in the middle of the night so many times, falling back asleep and going right back into the dream right where I left it. And so I'm just I'm over here. I'm so tired.
Just fighting for your life.
I'm so tired. But we
How
had
are
a blast.
your feet, dude?
My feet are actually fine.
Mine are still sore, but they've recovered. They're not blistery anymore, but they're just it's a deep
My right
sore.
pinky toe is a little tender, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good, which says a lot because on day one, I literally dragged Taryne to the festival and then back to the house because I wore the wrong shoes. And I was this is going to be a mistake. And then this is going to ruin the whole weekend for me. So we literally, right after getting to the festival, we were there 15 minutes. We literally were there 15 minutes.
We walked in, went straight to the bar to get a drink. And then we sat on the stairs and I could tell Ash was physically in pain.
Yeah.
And I knew because I mentioned, well, we can go back to the house, and you paused for a really long time. And I was oh, they're hurting her.
Yeah. So we can get into that for a second. I guess I had borrowed shoes from Alicia, these really cute boots, because they were too big on her and they were my size. And I was lovely, perfect. Walked around in them at the house, like while I was getting ready, was feeling good. And then we walked to the field. And for those of you that don't know, it is a rocky, dirty, dusty field. And it was hot as balls that day. That was the hottest day of the whole weekend.
And I think you just touched on something that people don't understand about Coachella and festivals in general is you think, oh, these shoes like don't hurt.
Yeah.
Like these are my comfy shoes. Like I go out, I chill in them all day and I'm fine.
They weren't like boots with heels.
Yeah.
They were like they were flat.
Yeah. Like I've even worn like Nike tennis shoes to Coachella and still my feet were like throbbing by the end of the night. Like I had a blister. It's just like you're on your feet in a way that like you never experience on a day-to-day basis.
Well, you have to walk for 40 minutes just
prepared.
To get in.
Yeah.
You have to walk for 40 minutes just to get in. And then you're walking and standing the entire time that you're there. So yeah, I ended up getting to the festival, immediately regretting it the second we started walking. And then 15 minutes later, told Taryne we're going to walk back. I hobbled my back to the Uber line with Taryne. We go to the house. I soaked my feet in the pool for 5 minutes. I got myself a little snack. I put on my Hokas, and then we went back. And I was brand new.
Mm-hmm.
I was born again, and I felt so good with that decision. But yeah, honestly, I'm complaining a lot. But Coachella was a blast this year. Taryne and I had so much fun.
No, I think like it was fun because I feel like I've been going to Coachella. I think my first year I was like,
well, you saw the Tupac hologram.
Yeah, like back in the day,
because that was like
so much better back in the day, which makes me sound so old. But like back in the day, the bands were so like the selection of music was so much better. You'd be there early in the day because you're seeing like all the bands that you like love, and it was like Postal Service and Radiohead and like all these like great bands. And then I feel like it got a lot more like mainstream music, which is cool,
right?
But it like trickled down to like now. One of the reasons me and Ash were like so fine to just like chill during the day and then go closer to like when it got dark was like we looked at the lineup and we're like, there's like I don't know anybody like besides like one song from like a person, and I don't know, it just was like different. Like I wasn't really excited about anybody except like headliners.
Yeah. So all that being said, should we do like weekend high and low?
Yeah.
I have a high.
Go for it, girl.
Taryne, so I think this was day 2 or day 3. We had been like going. It was probably like 9:30. We were standing. It was definitely day 3. We were standing at the front in artists. By the way, my sister got us artist wristbands.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Was so much fun. This was my first like real artist experience. We were standing in the artist section for Thee Stallion. It was like 9:00 or something like that. And I look over because I hear this like rustling noise. Taryne had snuck in an entire bag of Nerds gummies in her bag, and I've never felt so much joy and love for this woman in my entire life. It was one of my favorite moments. We literally had that for dinner, and I have zero regrets about it. It was such a blast, and I just remember feeling bad for everyone around us that they had to watch us eat this entire bag of Nerds gummies, and I wasn't going to give any of them anyone.
No,
not one. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Ash was really like, I want to experience the artist pass. Like,
yes,
at least like once, because even in the artist section, it gets really crowded, like when someone big is on. And so even when you're in that section, like a lot of times you can be like way back farther.
Yeah, or squished.
Yeah, or like smashed. And so we decided for Meg, because we got there that day, like an hour before she went on, and so we just like committed.
Yeah,
and I'm so glad we did, because like I will say my feet,
mine were throbbing.
Were dead from just standing in the same spot for so long.
Yeah,
but it was so fun being so close. And can we just talk about how her set ended?
Oh, guys,
dude, it was like so. Because I don't know, there's certain artists that you watch. Thee Stallion was definitely one of them from the weekend, where you can just tell that it like means so much. And I feel like when you're in a career where like you do show after show after show, like when you finally get to something that you're like, this is like huge, like Coachella, I was so happy for her. Like, she just looked so happy. She was like thriving. She had so many fun guests. Like, when Sierra came out, she started like crying. Like, I just was really, it made me very like obsessed with her.
In a way, in the way that you would say Lady Gaga is such a performer, I would say the same thing about Meg Thee Stallion. It wasn't just singing. Like, there was so much more on stage going on. It was such a huge performance.
Was amazing.
Yes.
It had to have been like her last song. She starts playing, you know that one that TikTok, the viral star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that song comes on, and like the first 2 seconds go, and then all of the speakers cut out, but she's still going. So she's in her mic, like singing, like she doesn't know what's going on. And all of us are like, what? Like,
can't
the
hear
sound
you.
was completely gone. And so she keeps going and her dancers are going, but then like really quickly she catches on that like something weird is happening, takes one of her headphones out and realizes like the entire crowd is just like hemming and hawing because we're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And it was so sad. Like, she tried to like keep going, but like nothing was happening. And then she finally said like, they're telling me in my ears I have to go, and then just like ran off. But you could see in her face, she was like so heartbroken. And
she was devastated.
For to have such a good set end like that.
Yeah,
is
I'm
so
not
sad.
kidding. Every single song was fire. And then they did her, whoever messed up is probably fired because
they got
like,
fired for sure.
They ruined her show.
For sure.
And it was devastating to watch. And I literally like looked at Taryne and I felt like sick to my stomach. I felt so bad for her and the team because I was just like, that's not fair. They worked so hard and did so well for their ending to just like nothing. And it was just quiet.
But I will say, like, and this is what I told Ash, I was like, in a weird way, at least it was something that was so clearly not her fault. And then the counter of that was like Post Malone. Clearly his voice was out and he was struggling through his whole set. So I'm like, do you see what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like as a singer, that would be so much more embarrassing to me to be like, oh my God, I couldn't even like sing or hit the notes because my voice is gone. Again, like, not your fault to an extent, but it's like,
I mean, he was probably partying a little bit.
Yeah,
smoking,
that's why I said
and
to an
like
extent.
his voice was just like, you know.
Yeah, but he is such a good performer too, and I'm obsessed with him. So I thrived that whole set as well.
What was your high? I would say Meg Thee Stallion was a good low for us.
Low?
Yeah, no, her ending. Like, that was such a bummer.
Yeah, that was sad. Honestly, and I know this is going to sound like cheesy and that she's forcing me to say this, but I swear just spending the weekend with you.
I have a gun to her head.
Yes, she does.
Currently.
Me and Ash have been friends for a long time, and like we've done a lot of this kind of stuff together, but it's been a while since like it's just been the two of us. Like, obviously she's been dating someone. We've like gone or not gone, and it's been a while since it was like literally just like me and you were just like peas in a pod the whole weekend. And I like forget how much I love doing stuff with you and traveling with you because we just always match each other's vibe.
Yeah.
Like, even like she's like, my feet are hurting. Like, you can say, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Like, let's go walk back. Or like, if I was like, hey, like, I could tell you wanted to go home, but I was like, can we stay for the set? You're like, okay. Like, it's just, we're always on the same vibe.
100%.
And I feel so lucky to have a friendship like that. And I feel like we just went into this weekend very like, we're in our 30s. Let's just like, let's have fun, whatever that looks like to us.
Yes.
And I feel like we did. And I don't know, it was just like such a fun weekend. Like, it was really chill.
Totally.
Yeah.
What was your favorite outfit?
Of mine?
Yeah.
Probably my day two. It was just like a simple one. I wore like barrel jeans, like a sheer kind of like textury top that was like only the top button was done. And I don't know, I like, my hair was up. I just felt very comfortable.
I liked that fit too.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
My favorite of yours. Mine was also day two. It was my day use outfit.
Yeah. And what happened with that outfit, Ashley? Who forced you to wear that outfit, Ashley?
Taryne helped me. That was originally, I had a vision that did not come true with that jersey. It was longer and I wanted to wear it as a dress. So it was like not baggy enough to like really look right. So I decided to crop it, and then I wasn't happy with how I cropped it. So it was just like this whole ordeal of like, okay, I'm probably not going to wear it. And then that day of, I like tried on a few outfits and narrowed it down to like 3 tops, and it included that top. And literally everyone I asked was like, you need to wear the jersey. So I was like, well, I guess I'm wearing it anyways.
Yeah,
and it ended up being so great.
Yeah. When she came in with them, that was like, you wore it very like begrudgingly, like very like, and I have this, but like, I don't know. It's too baggy, like not into it. And so afterwards, she's like, which one did you like? And I was like, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like the jersey was a vibe.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Coachella is like, it's like a whole outfit vibe, like,
right.
And what like feels the most, but it is hard because you get wrapped up in like, you know, like you feel like you have to be kind of sexy, but then like you want to be comfortable and like, I don't know, but you look so hot that day.
But it wasn't, it's because because it wasn't what I had visioned. I put it in the like no-go box, but like I should have considered it. And I'm so glad that you made me, because it was my favorite outfit.
And like everywhere we went, everyone was like, oh my God, Ash, you look so good. Like,
yes, it's also just like a cool like Venice brand that a lot of people in LA wear. So I think it was just fun.
Yeah.
Everyone loved to see that. Today's episode is brought to you by Ritual. So we all know that there's no off switch for daily stress, but guess what? You can take control of supporting your body's response to that daily stress. With Ritual's stress relief featuring BioSeries technology, you can support your body's natural cortisol response for all day support. And honestly, thank God for that. If you guys have been following me on my YouTube channel for a few years, then you know I've worked with Ritual for years now. I've used their products for years now. This is probably my all-time favorite product of theirs. I feel like I'm constantly bombarded with like daily stress, and taking this one simple pill has just helped me just feel calm. I've used their protein, I've used their symbiotic gut health, I have used their daily vitamins, but this is absolutely my favorite product of theirs. It's designed to reduce daily stress over time with consistent use, and the stress relief is made traceable with ingredients that you can trust, guys, like L-theanine, saffron, and ashwagandha. And listen, I get it. The juggle is real, so don't just respond to stress. Get ahead of it with stress relief from Ritual. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/advice. That's ADVICE. Start Ritual or add stress relief to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/advice for 25% off. Can we talk about Jose?
Who's Jose? Jose.
Guys.
Wait, I forgot I brought you a present.
You got me a
I brought
present?
you 2 presents.
You brought me a present, Taryne?
Please hold.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Okay. Whoa. The first thing I brought you is an energy drink.
Oh, angel.
And the second thing is I brought eye patches for us to put on.
I do need them.
I just felt like that was like the vibe of today. Also, you holding in a yawn while I'm saying this.
I'm trying. Like, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
proving my point. Dear God, sorry. Should we like ASMR it?
Oh, 100%. Ready? Ooh.
Ooh. That's a good pop.
All right, I'm all patched up. Let's get into Jose's story. So, it's day 1. And day 1 was, let me tell you, the hottest day of the entire weekend. It was actually 104 degrees.
No, it was literally disgusting.
Guys, 104 degrees.
Like
and we
your
waited.
skin hurt, like it physically hurt.
Yeah, like the morning I woke up, like all of us immediately, we were staying at the Hero Cosmetics house. We immediately started putting like all of this skincare on because my hands were tight, my skin on my face was tight, like everything was just like uncomfortable because it was so dry. But it was, everyone guessed, or the news said it was going to be 104 degrees outside, which was awful. So we waited until like 4:30 to go to the festival, which was a good decision, but still blazing hot outside.
Yeah.
So we ended up taking an Uber. And then we had to walk from the Uber line all the way to Artist, which took forever. Again, rocky dirt road, dusty air. The sun is beating down on you, down on you.
That was honestly like the hardest part
of
for
the whole
me
weekend
because it's so dusty, you wear like a bandana to cover your face. And I had an all black outfit, black bandana, and I could not breathe, but then I would take it down and like I could feel the sun on my face and like the dirt going in my lungs. So it was like I couldn't win, but I thought I was going to pass out.
It was a lose-lose. It was seriously so hot. This is the day I wore the bad boots.
Not the bad boots.
The bad boots.
Dude,
it
no
was
wonder
the day I
so
wore the
miserable.
bad boots. Yeah. So I'm already in a bad mood. I'm already feeling the blisters forming on my toes from that walk. All 4 of us had to pee so bad because our Uber ended up being an hour when it should have taken 15 minutes.
Oh, also my peeing experience, which this is why it took me so long, and Ashley had experienced the beginning of the story alone. I was wearing a full-blown tennis dress, so like the whole inside of it is spandex. You know, when like you're sweaty and you take
hot.
spandex off and then you're trying to put them back on.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I thought I was going to like start crying because I could not get my dress back on me. And I was just like, it stuck in that stall.
And you're
it was
in like
just,
a stale bathroom
so
and it's
miserable.
so hot. Yeah, it was so bad.
miserable.
So anyways, me, Taryne, Nezrin, and Dom all go to the bathroom. Taryne's having her moment in the stall trying to get redressed. I went to the bathroom and immediately like go out because I had to get out of there because it was so hot. So I'm standing out there waiting, and I watch this guy who's, I don't know, I'm going to guess like 23, like come out of the men's section of the bathrooms.
I got like 19-year-old vibes.
I did not pick up on 19. Definitely young.
Yeah.
Definitely young.
Very young, yeah.
So young. He comes out of the bathroom stall and we make eye contact. And I immediately look down and I'm like trying to ignore him, but then he like is still staring at me when I check back. So then I look back down, and then, you know, I'm thinking like, oh, he's going to walk away or whatever. I look back up, he's walking towards me.
Oh,
and I'm like, uh-oh, I messed up. Like I shouldn't have like
the double eye contact is
I
where
shouldn't
you
have confirmed looked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I failed with the confirmed look, and he starts walking my way. And I'm like, okay, he's probably going to ask for my number or like, you know, try to hit me up or whatever. So I'm like kind of prepared for that. And he goes, I have a question for you. And I'm like, oh man, here it goes.
Can I get your number, girl?
I'm like, oh man, like here it goes. And he's like, is this artist? And I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Let's confirm why that's such a weird question.
I'm not done.
About
there's more. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And he goes, I guess I didn't know. What do we do an artist? And I'm like looking at him and I'm like so confused. I'm like, is he high? Like, what's wrong with him? You know? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do we do an artist? And he was like, well, I'm not supposed to be here. And that's when I look at his wrist and he has a VIP bracelet on. And I'm like backtracking in my head, thinking of all of the wristband scanners I walked through to get into this artist section, at least 7.
Like, and it's like from like the distance from me to like you show your wristband, walk 10 steps, scan your wristband, walk 20 steps, show your wristband again. Like it's not an exaggeration. Like
there was bag check, there was security. And even if they were checking your bag, everyone is double checking your wristbands by sight. But there's at least 7 physical scanners.
Wild. Yeah.
7 physical scanners that you have to go through and scan your wristband in order to get through. So I'm sitting here, my face is probably looking like so blank because I'm staring at Jose and I'm like, how the hell did you get in here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so confused. And then he's like, oh, it's a long story, but like, I'm not really sure. And he didn't really like go into detail at this moment. But he was like, but I'm here. And I'm like, well, congratulations, sir. I was like, apparently there's Wi-Fi, there's free water bottles. I was like, I think there's like snacks or popsicles. I was like, go like get all of those things and then go find your friends. Cause you're not going to have fun here without your friends.
That's the thing. I think people think like artists, like it's this bougie area, and it really isn't. It's a
more
very
intimate gathering
intimate
spot.
Escape for people who would probably need it, like celebrities.
And the bathrooms are way nicer.
Yeah, bathrooms are clutch.
There is that.
And I got a free popsicle.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, yeah, like go get your stuff. Like go for it. And he's like, cool, yeah, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, sure, bye. And so then he leaves. Me and Taryne are bopping around with Dom. And then we end up going and sitting down because your girl has to put Band-Aids on her toes. Okay, that's the situation. That's where I was at mentally and spiritually. So I sit down and I look up made a mistake again. Direct eye contact with who do you think? Jose.
Yeah.
He's walking in with a popsicle in hand, sees me, smiles, waves, and then I'm just like awkwardly, like I can't not. So then I just kind of slowly wave back, and then here he comes again. He's walking my way, and I'm like, Jose, what now, bud? You know, like what's going on? And he's like, I have to tell you the craziest story. And then he proceeds to tell me and Taryne and Dom the entire story of how he got these wristbands from a security guard for VIP. They were super affordable. And the rule was he had to go through the line with the security guard following him. And then once they get through to the other side, he has to slip his wristband off and give it back to the security guard.
Which is why they're so cheap. Because he's basically just getting you in. It's not like you have a ticket for the whole festival.
It's not the whole weekend. It's one day.
You'll probably get caught if you try to go anywhere.
Yeah, if you try to get drinks or anything.
Yeah, there's checkpoints
they're gonna
everywhere.
be like, where's your wristband?
Yeah.
So super sketchy. But not only, so him and his friend decided to take this guy up on it. They go through, and I guess they both speak Spanish and the security guard doesn't. So in Spanish, he tells his friend, I'm going to run to the right, you run to the left, and we'll ditch this guy. So the second they get to the other side of security, Jose and his friend sprint in opposite directions. The guy doesn't catch either of them. Somehow Jose ends up an artist and his friend ends up in VIP, and they kept the wristbands for the rest of the weekend.
Which again, I will never understand how he got.
Yes.
Because thinking about all the checkpoints,
if
someone sprinted through it, like there's so many security guards.
But they
I
had
don't
to
understand.
have gotten to the end of the checkpoints. Like they had to have gone through all of the scanners before running, right?
Yeah, but not with the VIP.
True.
So I don't understand how I literally don't understand.
Yeah, it was absolutely bizarre. So,
But
and he basically tells us the whole
long.
story, and he's clearly just like biding time and trying to like hide out in case the security guard comes and tries to look for him. But he proceeds to tell us this whole story. I could not believe the guts on this kid. I hope he had the best time. I really did.
And that's what he shared his philosophy in life, and that is that he lives his life with a confidence that's unmatched by anyone.
Yeah.
Thinking that he can do and get anything he wants, and it happens.
Yeah, which you know what? Notes taken.
And then he
end.
looks at Ashley and he goes, I'm not on drugs. And she goes, oh, I was kind of thinking.
I was thinking you were.
The way I was like so antisocial at this point because I was still just like so hot. I was like, I just like didn't even look at him. So he didn't really include me in this, but I was watching just like.
Yeah. It was absolutely funny. I wished him well. He then did come back and ask for my Instagram, and then I said no, and then I wished him well again. But I hope you had the absolute best weekend, Jose.
Hope you made
well.
it. Hope you made
Hope
it,
you
honestly.
survived. I now want to pivot.
Okay. Are you gonna like let me have any
this is
control
literally
in
everyone needs to hear about your sandwich debacle.
Oh my gosh. Everybody's commenting.
Yes. Everybody
people wanna
needs to know about the sandwich.
commenting on what?
On our Instagram.
TK's Instagram, my TikTok.
The people.
Two-way social.
Yes.
Okay. I guess it's
People add receipts.
Yes.
I guess it's time to talk about Sandwichgate.
This is what, day 2?
This was
The night of day 2, morning of day 3.
morning of day 3. By the way, I don't think I've ever looked more unattractive than I did in that video. My face is like 3 times as big as it is.
And it's red.
It's red because I was
we were
like,
swollen.
I had makeup caked on my eyes still.
We had pizza for dinner.
I've never seen my face so swollen in my life. I looked like a giant hard-boiled egg. But yeah, so to understand,
I made Jackson watch the whole thing.
Of course you did.
He started crying laughing.
Of course you did.
And that's hard to get him to do
to
that.
understand why my reaction was so intense, we need to go back. Okay,
Yes.
Day 1, someone mentioned, I think it was Matt mentioned, I'm craving a sandwich. I think I'm going to order Jersey Mike's. I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Let me know when you order it. I walk in, everyone was eating a sandwich. No one told me. Okay. So day 1, I'm already sad because I really wanted a Jersey Mike's sandwich and no one told me. So anyways, I get over it. We like make our own food. Day 2 comes. Mandy walks in and she's like, hey, we're going to order Jersey Mike's sandwiches. I freak out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been craving this freaking sandwich. So I order the sandwich. They come. It's delicious. I always get a number 7 Mike's Way with no onions and tomatoes, add mayo. Okay. That was my sandwich. So the sandwiches come, I eat half, and then I look at Ashley and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to save this other half for when we get back. Like, how good is that going to be to like walk in and like eat my sandwich? And she was like, that's a good idea.
That's the move.
So I wrap it up tight, put it back in the bag that says like what it is, wrap it tight, and I put it in the back of the fridge. I don't know why. I thought about that sandwich all day.
She did. And she talked about it.
I talked about it with so many people. I was like, dude, I have a sandwich waiting for me when I get home. I cannot wait to go eat my sandwich. I was so excited all day about this mother freaking sandwich. Okay. So me and Ash are doing the long walk back.
Yeah.
I said again, I was like, dude, the only thing getting me through this walk right now is my sandwich.
Taryne was down bad that night. I don't remember why, but you were like hating the walk. You were tired. Your feet were hurting.
My feet were hurting really bad. I had got really overwhelmed with the crowd at Lady Gaga. So I just like, I kind of had hit this point where I was like, dude, I'm like, I need to get home. Like, I just need to chill. So again, with my sandwich being what was going to make everything better.
Yeah.
So I walk in, I almost walked straight to the fridge, but I was like, no, like I decided to go like take all my clothes off, get comfy. And I told Ash, I'm like, hey, let's go get my sandwich and sit and like put our feet in the water. And she's like, okay. And I was like, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we walked in and our one of the guys staying in our house, Tristan, was there with a bunch of his friends. So we like said hi and then went straight to our bedrooms to like get in comfy clothes so that we could go sit by the pool.
Yeah. So I'm hobbling out because my feet were like blistered up. I'm hobbling down the hall and this guy that was one of our friend Tristan's friend was right there. And he's like, oh my God, how was your night? And I looked at him. I was like, you know what? It's about to be so good because I'm going to go eat my sandwich and put my feet in the pool. He's like, dang, that sounds like such a good idea. So I'm like, yeah. So I walk into the kitchen. Yeah. I say hi to everyone. I open the fridge. I look in the shelf where my sandwich is, and my sandwich is nowhere to be seen. The other sandwich, because me and TK put our sandwiches in at the same time. TK's sandwich is right there. Mine is not there. So I'm like totally frozen because I'm like, there's no shot. There is no shot. So I like shut the fridge and I think I looked at you and I was like, Ashley, my sandwich is gone. She's like, what? I'm like, my sandwich is gone. So I go in the fridge again. I'm like moving things around. Can't find my sandwich anywhere. The only people in the kitchen are all these people I don't know. So I was like, dude, my blood starts boiling because I'm like, if one of these people came in the house and ate my sandwich, I'll fight. But also, I had just told that guy who walked with me into the kitchen that I was getting my sandwich. So I shut the fridge. There's just an awkward vibe.
Right.
I turn around and just make eye contact with my sandwich bag. On the counter, I see number 7 mayo, and I'm like staring at the bag, and I'm like, "There's no freaking way." It was so bad. I was so upset. I could not stop thinking about it. I went to bed thinking about it. I woke up thinking about it, and then I had a full blown crash out,
meltdown, which I will play for you now.
Oh God.
Also, we will post this on the full thing on our Instagram so everyone can watch.
Good thing I'm confident in myself because y'all, this was not my finest my finest moment. I know it.
This guy walks up and I say hi to him and I'm walking. He's like, how was your night? I was like, it's about to get better because I'm going to go eat my sandwich. I walk to the fridge and I open the fridge and I just stare for a while and I slowly shut it and walk out and I swear it got quiet. And I turn around and the wrapper was right here.
Well, so it gets better. So then TK posts the video.
Yes.
And it like kind of blew.
I'm so glad she did.
Yeah, it like did really well. Like it got a lot of views. And then Tristan in our group text is like, oh my God, I just saw the video. I'm crashing out, Taryne. I ate your sandwich. And I was like, by that point, like I've recovered. And also I adore Tristan so much. So it's kind of like funny to me that he ate it.
It's better that he ate it, not one of his friends.
And in his defense, someone had ordered him a sandwich, so he thought it was his sandwich.
Yeah.
I was so livid because I genuinely thought someone came into the house and just opened the fridge and was like, oh, I'm just going to eat this sandwich.
Yes.
There are rules, people.
Yeah. If you're not living here, you shouldn't be opening the fridge.
Well, it's not like it was like a tray of deli meats.
Right.
It was a wrapped sandwich that someone ordered.
Yeah.
I never paid TK for that. I gotta.
You're one of those people.
I'm gonna make Tristan pay for it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Hey Tristan, since you ate my sandwich, you get to Venmo TK.
Kate. But oh my God, I texted Tristan the other day because TK's video came out. You posted a clip of it in your video. Like it's been on a bunch of people's stories. And so I texted him and I was like, not like my sandwich crash out being like the takeaway of the weekend. And he was
really
like, dude, I'm dying. That's like all I see everywhere.
Yeah.
But at least everybody in the comments was like, this is a very valid crash out.
Like 100%.
It,
That's
it
what
was
I was
giving
saying.
Ross Geller my sandwich, but I understand why he was so upset.
Oh my God. It was seriously so good. And I think that's just the whole thing is it's like such a relatable thing of like your food is your food. And
it's the the thinking like I don't think you guys understand. I don't know why I was so fixated on the sandwich, but that's all I thought about all day and mentioned it to multiple people.
Yeah.
Which is why everyone was dying because they were like, no, not the sandwich.
Like literally she talked about it while we were at the festival multiple times. So that's what just made it so funny. So do me a favor, go to our Instagram account right now and watch the full video because her facial expression makes it even better.
You can barely see my facial expression
when you
because
talk
my
about
face is so
when you
swollen.
talk about finding the rapper, her voice cracks.
I was
so funny.
Dude, I was unwell. I was unwell that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Day 2 took it out of me.
Favorite artist of the entire weekend.
Oof.
I already know mine, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga was a movie. It was a little scary. I'm not going to lie.
It felt like Phantom of the Opera.
I was a little scared.
It felt like Phantom of the Opera. And it was so good. It was
the caliber was like unmatched, but I get really freaked out when anything feels slightly like demonic, and it felt a little bit that way at certain points. And then the other one, it was like clearly this battle between like her two sides or like whatever. That's the interpretation I took. But there was a couple parts where I was getting bumped by like everyone. I was feeling claustrophobic, and then like it felt dark for a little bit, and then I just got like a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But it was like she should win an Oscar.
I was head over heels. I am the type of person who, if I'm vibing with something, I'm getting so much content of it. I get videos on videos on videos on videos. I have like 4, which is not a lot because I couldn't look away from the performance. My jaw was to the floor. Also, I couldn't even be bothered to like reach down, grab my phone and press record because I was so like in awe and completely drawn in by her.
Like we weren't even dancing.
No,
that's the crazy
was like
part.
Standing there, jaw to the floor, just in awe of this talented human being. And then she played Shallow and I wept.
Yeah. It was so good.
I did have a moment though. That freaking videographer guy pissed me off, you guys.
Yeah.
I've never been so angry in my life.
We have to say what happened. They don't know.
This guy. Okay. So there's these girls next to us. I don't know who they are at the time and had zero problems with them. They were not my issue. They seemed great. They were enjoying it too. Out of nowhere, a videographer comes through the crowd, bumps my shoulder, comes and stands right in front of me. I'm assuming he's going to keep going straight because he's trying to get a shot of Gaga or whatever. Instead, he stops right in front of me, turns around and starts filming the girls to my left, and does not move, does not look at me, does not make eye contact with me, doesn't apologize. I literally was dancing because it was Gaga, and I come to a full stop. This is in the middle of my
We just said we didn't dance at all.
I was dancing because I specifically remember this because she was singing Paparazzi, which is my favorite.
Yeah, it did get kind of
favorite song. And everyone was losing their mind because it's like everyone's favorite song. And he stops in the middle of it, ruining my moment with Paparazzi, and then doesn't apologize, doesn't move. I am too timid and shy to like literally say anything. I could have been like, excuse me. I could have like shoved him, whatever. Doesn't matter. I was livid. And I don't wish him well.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say.
But see, this is why, Ash, you got to just like get over the whole like I'm timid, because it's 1 second. Like my go-to,
ruined.
I will literally like make eye contact and be like, no. Like that's all you have to say, one word, no. And then they'll get uncomfortable and like leave.
I literally stopped and was staring at him during the song and didn't budge. And I didn't look away either. I just stared into his face because his face was literally facing my face, but he wouldn't look at me or make eye contact with me. I was fuming. I was so upset. I tried to get around him, eventually did. And then it was a lot better because a lot of people left like halfway through. But the next day I saw him in line while we were getting our wristbands and I cursed him under my breath.
Yeah. That's
so I don't wish you well, videographer guy. I do not.
That's the
Karma's
hard part about being in like artists and VIP. Like obviously that comes with, there's a lot of like influencers and like people, a lot of cameras, so like you run into that sometimes where like the vibe is everyone like, not everyone. I would say there's a good majority of people that act like super cool, too cool to be there, or they're like filming and like in everyone's way.
You're in the
so
film.
It's hard when like you're there just to like, you want to vibe out to an artist, and it's like hard to do that when people
are filming.
Yeah. Like not complaining, but it is something you like run into for sure.
And what's crazy is it was happening all around me, but I didn't have any problems with anyone else.
Yeah.
Just that guy. The fact that he didn't even apologize is what...
Girl, he didn't even see you. You were invisible to him. When someone's like acts like that, they don't care.
No.
They don't care.
It's okay. Something's going to happen to him. And when it does, he'll be like, oh, I bet it's because I cut that girl off.
Again, I don't think he knows you exist.
Well, I know. And when it happens, I'll be smiling. I'll be smiling on the inside.
Okay. Let's move on. She's going to her sad place.
Anyways.
I will say this year was like really fun for me because it's the first ever Coachella, which I don't think you guys understand like how many I've been to. Like I've been to so many.
She's been to a lot.
It's the first ever Coachella that I was dating someone.
Yes.
And it's so funny because I remember I have a TikTok somewhere where I was talking about how like the times where I'm so thankful I'm single is like music festivals and things like that, because you get to like, that's my Olympics. Like I'm on the prowl when I go. Like it's just fun. Like you get to like
kiss a stranger
with a bunch of strangers, kiss a stranger, like dance with random people. There's all these like hot celebrities and you're just like drooling over them. It's like whatever. And so it was interesting because like dating someone, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Like
I'm not
wonder,
on the prowl.
Yeah, like I'm not on the prowl. Let me tell you, it is so much better. It's so much better because one, like my first day, I hated my outfit, but I like didn't really care because I'm like, okay. Like whereas before I'd be like, how am I going to reel anyone in this piece of trash?
Right.
And then also like your mind is so much more cleared up to just like hang out with friends, watch artists, have a good time. Like you're not like
you're not looking for people.
Head on a pivot. You're not like trying to impress anyone. Like I loved it. And the whole time I'm like, Ashley, why didn't you tell me this is like so much better?
It's so great.
It's so lovely.
It's even better. I mean, I don't think Jackson loves festivals, to be honest, but it's even better when they're there with you because you can like lean against them, or like if someone pushes you, like they'll push them for you, or like if that videographer happened in front of Jackson
would have him.
First of all,
I
Jackson
wish you would have said something
is
to me.
Literally twice his height. He would have just flicked him out of the way and it would have been great and I would have laughed. hysterically.
I wish you would have said something to me. Or was I already gone by then?
No, you were like a little ways back.
Yeah.
Not a little ways back, but like I think you were like
You should have
behind
just
Alicia.
given me that look because I would have come up in like 2 seconds and
I
handled
somehow
it.
ended up in the front of the group and I kept trying to get people to go in front of me and no one wanted to. And I was like, ugh.
But yeah, it was like so nice. And I feel like I just had so much fun. And like, it was like fun to like text him pictures of my outfits. And like, I don't know, there's just something so freeing when you're not, that's not on your mind like at all.
Yeah.
And then like anytime like a guy did talk to me, I was like so rude. And I just feel like, oh, why are you talking to me? I'm with my friends. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just was like, that was kind of fun. So I feel like us going, being like, we're in our 30s and we're going to embrace it and just be like comfy, cozy all weekend. And then also like not having to think about like impressing a man.
Yeah. Us
So
being
freeing.
in our 30s don't give up era and our single, no longer in our single era, like we're taken and we're not looking for men. And then also like Taryne was in her Crocs and I was in my Hokas. I literally was wearing my Hokas.
Prancing through the field, cuffed up in my Crocs, and I was thriving. And Ashley was like in her Hokas.
It was a great feeling.
Yeah.
It was a great feeling. And you know what? I'll say it. Would do it again if done that way.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
absolutely.
But I'm over the after parties. I didn't go to one.
No, I really like, I wish I could be in that place, but I do genuinely feel like to enjoy that at the end of such a long day, you have to be like significantly influenced by a substance.
Totally.
We'll say that. And like,
Or completely miss the last artist.
yeah, which
It's like one or the other. And but
it's
we come
hard.
for the
we
that
come for the
headliner.
music.
That's like
Yeah.
one of the main things.
But I just like, I feel like each night, by the time me and Ashley left, we're like sober. We're trying to like get home so we can just like chill and be comfy.
I try to get home so that I can shower immediately before everyone else gets
For
home.
sure.
So that by the time they get home, I'm already tucked in bed.
Yeah. And
My
we
sleep
miss
sounds
like
are
the
going.
chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I feel like it's fun if you can like really commit. But we just like kind of were on the same page where we're like, let's just like vibe out this weekend. And it was such a fun weekend. I
It
like
really was.
loved it. Shout out to Alicia for the artist passes. That was like, we felt like princesses. And
Shout out to SeatGeek.
Shout out to
for getting
SeatGeek.
us there.
Yes,
and
for
shout
getting
out
us
to
there.
TK and
shout
Hero
out
Cosmetics
to TK and Hero
for the most amazing house with the most amazing people. We didn't have any
So
divas.
drama-free. It was
we
wonderful.
didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
Everyone helped clean. Everyone pitched in for food. Like it was just like it was so perfect. I'm a happy girl.
And then we like woke up,
No fights.
got coffee, and drove home. And we were just like, that's why I feel like we're not as like dead as we usually are, is because I feel like we really just had this powwow pre this weekend, and we're like, let's just like go and vibe out. Like, I don't need any more crazy stories in my life. I'm good. I'm solid.
Yeah, totally. And then like Sunday night, we get home, we like shower, we pack up the car, save for like one bag, or like with our like next day outfit and like bathroom bag. We knock out, wake up at 6, change, and head out. And we were like gone before anyone else woke up.
It was
and
wonderful.
it was like, I was like, this is adulting.
Yeah. We are. I feel like
We're
it took
adults.
us so long, but I feel like I finally feel a little bit like an adult.
Yeah, no, totally.
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh, also, there were so many comments that I got about being like too old to go to festivals or something like that.
Did you really?
I got a few, and it was more like DMs, not too many comments.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's so weird. Like, why take your time to like?
No, totally. And I thought we posted the funniest little reel about being unmarried, like not having rings, not having kids. Like, what are we supposed to do with our money?
Yeah.
We should probably go have fun with it. That's what we should do.
Yeah. I feel like we killed our TikToks this weekend. Like, it was fun.
Yeah, we crushed it.
You know why? Because we had so much time at the house getting ready.
Yep.
Wait, before we end, I did think of one of my highs.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. So I love Bretman Rock.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with him.
Yes.
I have been for years. And it's crazy because he's like friends with my friends. So every once in a while he'll be around and I just like totally like shut down and like fangirl a little bit. So the Sabrina Carpenter show, Pretty Basic and Too Faced, had like a group of us go and like have a suite, and he was there. And so I like looked at Ash and I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to say hi to him. And she's like, oh, you totally should. Like, he's so nice. And I was like, okay. So I say hi to him. I like just kind of like touched his shoulder and I was like, I just want to say I'm obsessed with you. And he's like, oh my gosh, he literally stops his conversation. Cause I did like, you know, where you do in passing, like, just want to say I'm obsessed with you. And like, you go,
have a good time. Bye.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to show you, like, I'm obsessed with you, but I'm respecting, like, I'm not expecting you to talk to me kind of thing. He stops his conversation, walks over to me, and then we have like this super long, ends up being this like really deep heart to heart about how like we both have like dated terrible men and are like now dating these like gems of humans. And he's like talking to me about his guy he's dating. And I was like, oh my gosh, he sounds like a dream. I'm talking to him about my guy. And we're like showing each other pictures. Like, it was just like, I literally was like, I'm so obsessed with him because he's such a beautiful human. And like, it's really cool to see that you're right about someone, you know? Yeah. So anyways.
Well, it's also just rare.
It's so rare.
For people that big to actually be kind, you know?
For sure. So then like throughout the night, like we kind of would make eye contact and wave, but like I still was trying to just be like, I'm not trying to like be your best friend, like whatever. So then anyways, so at Coachella, we end up going and finding our friends, and they're all sitting because Remy. Yes. Do you want to tell about Remy?
Remy, I don't know if you guys even know this. I'm assuming you do. But if you know Sweet Green, then you know that Remy had...
Sweet Finn.
Sorry.
We're tired.
From the top.
We're tired.
If you know Sweet Finn, then you know that Remy had a Sweet Finn Bowl collaboration with
Remy
Sweet
Cruise
Finn
Bowl.
Called the Remy Cruise Bowl. It came to Coachella and it sold out.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
That's nuts.
That's wild.
So wild.
And it was in the VIP like food court area.
And it was so cool because like we like her picture is just like up.
Literally there.
Like just
literally
so proud
there.
of her. Just so proud of her. So anyways, they were eating the Remy Cruise Bowl. So like we meet up with them, go to sit down. I look across from me and Bretman is sitting there with like his friends. So I'm like saying hi to everyone. We make eye contact and I just kind of like shyly waved like, hi. Cause I'm like, he probably doesn't remember me. He looks at me and he's like, oh my God, hi queen. Gets like so excited.
Yeah.
Then he's like, oh my God, how's your man? Can I just tell you?
That's so sweet.
I almost started crying because I was like, okay, not only does he like make me feel like he's the type of person that just makes you feel like loved, but also like, he remembered me. Like it wasn't like he was just, I feel like a lot of people in like this space can be they're all personalities, right? Like they do videos, they do socials, so they can turn it on. It's very like Regina George, like, I love your skirt. And then you walk away, that's such an ugly skirt. Like it can feel very like that. Like you put on a face and a tone and you can make a person, like you blow smoke up there, you know, and make them feel special for that moment. And then you're like, I'll never think of them again. Yeah. So the fact that he like remembered me and like specifics about what we talked about. And then it was cute because he's like, oh my gosh, this is my man. And I was like, I heard so much about you.
Oh my
and
God,
I was
he's
like,
gorgeous.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
They're both literally,
both of their skin is just
stunning.
Unreal.
But yeah,
when you're standing
like,
in front of them, you're like, wow.
Yeah. That was one of my highs. It like made me just like, it just made me really happy.
Oh, that's such a good high.
But yeah, it was good. I don't think I had a low besides my sandwich.
I was going to say your sandwich was your low.
That was a very low.
That was a big low. That was a devastating
Did you have like a low, just your feet?
My
Did you
low was probably my feet
and Meg
or
Stallion.
that videographer.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to change my mind. The videographer ruined my weekend.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Who is like the most famous person you saw?
I don't know. Everyone saw like Timothy and
Kylie,
but I never saw
Patrick
them.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Which like I feel like he's huge right now because of like
He
White
is going
Lotus.
crazy right now.
But I've seen him like a couple times before. He just seems like a nice.
He seems like the
normal
sweetest.
dude. Yeah. I wish I would have seen Timothy. I was really sad.
I was looking because
But also-
I just wanted to be like
Same.
Lisan Al Gaib.
Then I like saw what he looked like there. Like I looked up a video and I'm like, I'm telling you right now, he could have walked right past me and I wouldn't have known.
There's just no way because I would have seen her.
Yeah.
I would have, and they looked like they were inseparable all weekend. So like, if she was walking around with him, I for sure would have seen him because I would not have missed her.
Dude, I did freak out when Billie Eilish came out. I'm obsessed.
Oh my
with
God,
her.
we didn't even talk about Charli XCX.
Yeah, I will say, oh my God, please don't come for me because I know people will. She's not a person that I'm like listen to a lot. Like, I think her songs are a vibe when you're like at a club and out and like with friends, but like it's not like music I just like listen to on my car drives or anything.
Yeah.
But at a show, like the whole vibe of her show was so fun. She brought out so many guests.
It was a blast. She also
was so
had
fun.
no band on stage and no dancers. She was
the
a
party.
like solo show.
Yeah.
And she did such a good job. She was dancing like crazy. She brought out, I love Billie and I love Lorde, obviously, but nothing topped her and Troye Sivan in my opinion.
yeah.
Like their chemistry was so, you can just tell they're best friends.
Yeah.
And I know that she's best friends with all of them, but like you can just tell that they're best.
Right, yeah.
Like the way they like moved the same, they talked the same, they like swayed the same.
They're
it
so
was
cute.
so like magnetic and
You know what it
sparks were
gave?
flying, and I was just like, I love them.
You know when like it's like you have like a gay best friend, but like there's so much chemistry that like you make out sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it like that's what it gave?
Wait, that is kind of what it was giving.
Yeah.
It was definitely giving bestie, but it was also giving like there could be more.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, it made it even more electric.
Yeah.
And I just adore him ever since Blue Neighborhood. And I think
Blue
he's
Neighborhood is
so,
such a
I
good
think he's
album.
so talented. And I geeked out a little bit watching him.
Yeah, that was
But she
fun.
did such a phenomenal job. And same, like I think her music is so fun for a very specific type of listen, like getting ready to go out or like going out. But man, concerts the way to go because I was jumping up and
was a
down the whole
vibe.
time.
Yeah.
It was great.
Anyways, y'all, I hope you feel like you were a part of our weekend.
I hope
we
you feel like you lived
survived.
vicariously through us.
We also like did it right. And I feel like next year if we end up going, we need to do like a before prep Coachella series because
100%.
I really feel like we nailed it. Like
Yes.
we know all the spots to go. We know like the times, the vibes.
I packed so well. I've never been so proud of everything I brought. I think I overpacked clothes, but that's a given.
You have to because you never know.
And it's not like
how
I'm
you're gonna
flying
feel.
and I have like a weight limit.
Yeah,
I was like,
for
no,
sure.
I'm bringing extra because I might be super bloated and might want to go in sweats and a t-shirt the third day. You know, like I need options. But other than that, I packed so well and I was very proud of myself.
Yeah. But yeah, we love you so much. Thank you for listening. Feel free to like send in any crazy Coachella stories if you were there this weekend.
Or
We would love to hear them.
Festival tearing it up.
Festival tearing it up, all the things. We've all been there. We've all done it.
We've all been there. We've all done it.
I'm really glad that I'm not leaving with a story where I'm like, I wish that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've definitely had those for sure.
We all have.
Yes.
You want to know what's one of my favorite past stories is the one year that you like found that guy that you guys were just all over each other and you guys would make out. And then I had to sit next to his weird friend. And every time you would start kissing, he would look at me and I would go, no, no. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. And I literally was like, that was the definition of taking one for the team because
That was literally-
that weird guy. I was like, bro, just because they're vibing, like we don't.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah. I get that. But that was my first and only kiss a stranger moment.
No, I have never been such a like proud mom sitting on the sidelines because I like have had a lot of those experiences. And so watching you, especially you being like more shy and timid, especially when it comes to like guys like that, like I was such a proud mom. Such a proud mom.
It was a big moment for me. We'll never do it again.
Never do it again.
Never do it again.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, I don't know.
What's happening? Who's watching me?
Where has he been?
Yeah.
My like gross, like, but like also I was gross. So like, it's one of those things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But that's the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you felt like you came to Coachella with us. Be sure to check out our socials where we'll post receipts from this past weekend, videos and photos, so you can feel like you were there with us. Be sure to follow us on socials, and we love you so much.
Love you. Bye.